Alright guys, I'm back here at my favorite place, Busy Bee Nursery, and I came to check out to see what they have available, and their fall veggies are in stock now. So I think I'm going to pick up a couple of packs of cabbages, because I find in our zone, if I plant them now, I'll be able to probably reap them around November, December. Last year I planted them a little bit later, and I didn't harvest them until sometime in spring. So I'm going to try planting them a little bit earlier this year. I like this nursery because their veggies are reasonable price. So this is their cabbage. So last year I did the Stonehenge cabbage, and it's basically 4 cabbages for $3.75. So I mean, that's an amazing price. I did the purple cabbage last year. I'm not sure I want to do it again. I didn't like the texture of it, if that makes sense. I'm more of a fan of the green cabbage. So I'm going to pick up a couple of packs of this. And one of the things that I learned is sometimes I grow things that I don't eat. So like I did broccoli one year and some other things, and I didn't really eat them. So I know I like cabbage, so I'm going to pick up some cabbage. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for ones that are healthy and green and doesn't look like, you know, they're damaged, which these all look like they're in pretty good shape. So I'm going to go with these 3 packs, and then we'll go home and I'll show you how I'm going to plant them in the raised bed. I've never grown Brussels sprouts successfully, but these are 4 pack for $3.75. And I think I have an area where I can plant them. So I'm going to pick up a pack of these Brussels sprouts. Let's see if we can be successful this year. You guys, look what they have out already. The kales. Ornamental kales are already out. So these are $10 a piece. Giving me fall vibes. I really can't wait for fall, guys. I'm over this heat. These Rebecca are just beautiful. Alright, we got distracted coming here for veggies, looking at the perennial section. I've never seen yellow blanket flower. Normally you see this orange, orangey color, but never seen the yellow before. I want to show you guys what I'm leaving here with, so let me turn the camera around. So their perennials were 50% off. So I got these 2 pincushion scabiosa. See if I can find a tag. Beautiful, isn't it? And this is a perennial, so this was like $3. It's in a pretty good shape too. These salvia, proven winners, back in the future salvias. They were $9 a piece because they were 18 full price. And this mangave, I'm actually going to take it. It's the dreadlocks mangave. I'm actually going to take it in the greenhouse this year because I'm curious to see if I can grow them. And of course my veggie packs. But great, because all of these, including the mangave, were all 50% off. So not a bad deal, guys. Let's get these cabbages planted. I had to run back in and grab my jacket. It was super cold. So what I want to do today is show you guys how I'm going to plant these cabbages. So this is the end of August. I'm in zone 8A, and these cabbages, I think the maturity says 60 to 70 days, which is a good timing for us here. It's starting to get a little bit chill and in the mornings, so perfect time for me to plant this. So this is the first time that I'm going to be planting it late October and trying to harvest it before the before the actual hard part of winter gets here. So we'll see how this all works. Last year what I did was, I think I planted it more towards the end of October, and then I kind of overwintered it and then harvested early spring. So this will be a different timing that I'm using this year. So hopefully this all works. It's kind of nice. The weather is starting to turn, which is bittersweet because that means things are going to start getting dormant and all of that. So Let me show you what I'm going to do and where I'm going to plant them, how I'm going to fertilize, and some care as well. This variety that I got, so I got two different varieties, so I don't separate them. This one here is the stonehead cabbage, and it's matures in 60 to 70 days, and the size of the cabbage can be about 3.5 pounds each. And I'm also going to need to watch these because we do have like the cabbage moth, so I'm not sure whether we're going to have this time of the year or not, but we're going to see. When I did got them from the nursery, you'll notice that some of the leaves are eaten like this. That's fine. I'm just going to pick them out, and then I'm also going to show you how I'm going to put some sluggo around it so that slugs and things like that wouldn't get on them. The other variety that I have, oh, this is Brussels sprouts. I totally forgot I got Brussels sprouts, you guys. I guess we're planting Brussels sprouts as well, guys. So this is the Jade Cross Brussels sprout, matures in 90 days, and fruit size about 1 inch. So we're planting this. So I totally forgot I picked up Brussels sprouts, you guys. I knew it's separate. Okay, the second variety I picked up is the Golden Cross, and so this matures in 40 days, and then the size is about, cabbage head will get about 2.5 pounds. That's the two varieties that I have. Where I'm going to plant them, let me turn the camera around and show you. So where I'm thinking of planting them is, sorry, the garden looks like a jungle, guys. I know that. So when you're walking in, here's my fig tree, and I have this garden bed which I harvested potatoes from a couple of weeks ago, and in the middle I planted some celery, which they're looking really good, so I'm gonna leave those there. But my thought is I'm planting the cabbage at the edge of the bed, all the way around here. So I'm thinking that that's what I'll do, and for me to do that, I'm going to have to fertilize the soil, so put some fertilizer on it, and I'm going to readjust my drip tube as well because I want to make sure that the plants get enough water, and that way I can keep the celery where it is, and I have plenty of space for the cabbages to go. So let me set everything up, and I'm going to start with tilling the soil up a little bit, putting some fertilizer, and then we'll get started with planting. I got a little bit sidetracked, guys, because the eggplant is starting to produce eggplants again, and I've got a couple that I need to come out here and harvest. Oh, these are looking so good. There's another one over there, and then the green eggplant has a whole bunch that needs to be harvested too. So this weekend I'm gonna have to come out and do that. What I did notice is that my potatoes that I harvested earlier in the year, I left a little bit of small ones in there, and now they're sprouting up. So I may have a second flush of potatoes this fall, guys. So that's really nice to see. Now let me bring the camera around a little bit and show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's my bed that I'm going to use to plant the cabbages, and that's a potato plant right there. Some more coming up there. More coming up there as well. So I think I'm gonna have like a good flush of potatoes again this fall, guys. So I'm gonna till my soil up and then add some fertilizer as well. Oh, I don't really have to do much tilling. Soil's pretty loose. No, not much tilling I have to do, guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spread the fertilizer. So for that, I'm using my garden cone, and I'm gonna do a generous handful of that. Now what I'm doing next is I'm just gonna take my hand and just gently work it into the soil. You guys, I found a surprise. Look at this. I found potatoes that I hadn't dug up. So we got potatoes, you guys. I'm gonna take you around. I think I have a couple more. Let me go take you around the other side and let's see what else we find. So it was this part over here. I was tilling up the soil, and I'm like, that doesn't feel like regular potatoes. Here's one I just took out. I kind of pierced through this one. Oh, here's another one. More potatoes. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to reposition the drip irrigation so it's lining the edge of the bed. So here's my drip tube, and I have these little holders here that hold them. So I'm just positioning it so that they line the outside of the bed. And then I may need to go get a couple more staples and just position them. What I'm gonna do now is let me go ahead and position my cabbages just so that I know where exactly I'm gonna plant them at. Now, a lesson that I learned a while back again is I do need to give these the proper spacing because they do get pretty big. And I found that, look at this, guys. Look what's in my cabbage. You see that? That's a snail. Oh my god, these guys. I'm gonna definitely have to put some slug down. So I definitely need to give these proper spacing, which they require, I want to say, I space them about 12 inches apart if I remember correctly, but I'm going to give them a generous distance because I really do need them to have enough proper spacing. Otherwise it causes like disease and things like that. Alright, so I have 3 that's left, so I'm gonna have to find another space to plant those out. Don't worry, we will find space to plant them out. So let me bring you in a little bit closer so I can show you how I plant them. Again, what I'm doing is I'm making sure that my drip irrigation is gonna line up close to where the root of the cabbage is. And this is what the cabbage looks like. And all I'm doing is I'm not going to bury it deeper than here. So I'm not going to bury the crown of the cabbage. So just digging a hole and I'm gently nestling in there. And this is what you want. So something that looks like this. So I'm going to go around and plant. Let me show you another one that I'm going to plant. Alright, so I made sure that my drip irrigation is where it should be. I'm going to use I have these little clips that hold them in place. I'm just going to take out some of the dead leaves that were eaten. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and plant this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give this all a good drink of water now as I'm planting them in, because the drip isn't going to go off for another day, I believe, on here. So let's go around and plant the rest of them. Alright, I have these 2 cabbages left, which I found a place that I'm going to plant them. So these tomato plants are coming to the end of their life cycle. So this whole area on my bed is available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim some of the stems off, and then I'm going to plant my cabbages on this end here. I do have a little bit more on that side of tomatoes that are still growing, but these are coming at the end of their life cycle. So I can trim some of it off and then plant them there. So let me put some fertilizer down, and then we'll plant them and water them in as well. get my fertilizer here. Go ahead and work them in. Bringing my irrigation back up to the area here so that the plants can have it. Alright, so I'm going to plant one cabbage here and one over here, and that way they'll have enough spacing as well. And the way that is set up, the drip irrigation will fall directly on the root. Let me go ahead and water this in, and then we're going to finish off with putting some sluggos around them. So snails and slugs love cabbages, so I usually use this. This you can get from Amazon. And what I typically do is I will sprinkle it around the cabbages, and then in about a few weeks ago I'll go ahead and do the same thing. Now if it rains, I may need to reapply if it's like a lot of rain, but this really helps to keep the slugs away from the cabbages. Alright everyone, that's about it for this episode of planting some cabbages. So hopefully you learn some things about when you're selecting the cabbage, how to plant them, how to fertilize them. Also some maintenance work in terms of how to reduce the number of pests that's around it, which this time we do have a lot of snails and slugs. And so I put that snail and slug bait. What I am going to do is I'm going to monitor them. If I notice the cabbage moths are coming around, I do have a shade cloth that I typically use and plant that and cover them, so they still get sunlight, but you don't have any of the moths that can come in and bother them and basically devour them. So hopefully in about, I don't know, 60 to 70 days we will have some cabbages. I'll keep you guys updated in future videos to show you how everything is going. So wish me luck with all of this with cabbages. So I would love if you can like, comment, and subscribe to the video as well. Share it with a gardening friend as well. Until next time, happy gardening everyone.